bad incentives, and ordinary human frailty on both sides of our politics. And yes, we have a crisis of legitimacy in our society that is bigger than Trump. But Trump is the most malicious exploiter of it, and you cannot let your gaze wander from the core truth of this moment. We have a sitting U.S. president who is trying to hold on to power by shattering every democratic norm we have. And failing that, he is trying to sabotage the presidency of his successor for his own personal gain. And he has refused to commit to a peaceful transfer of power. This is probably the lowest point in our democracy since the Civil War. Now, of course, there is a silver lining to this. If the worst doesn't happen, if Trump's attempt to delegitimize the election fails, and it now seems virtually certain that it will, and if we don't see some crazy degree of violence or political assassinations sparked by his conspiracy theories, we have discovered that much of what keeps our democracy intact is not a matter of our laws, but of our political norms. So many safeguards against corruption and abuses of power and a creep toward authoritarianism depend on the decency of the people in power. And what Trump has taught us, beyond any possibility of doubt, is that we can't rely on human decency. We need a system that can handle a psychopath in the White House. However, it seems clear that most Trump voters really don't understand what's happening. I know that sounds patronizing, but it's not meant to be. There are reports of people in ICUs right now dying from COVID who still think COVID is a hoax. That's how crazy our information landscape has become. And Trump has worked tirelessly to make it that crazy. Remember, Trump launched his political career with the birther conspiracy. And when he came to office in 2016, about a third of Americans believed the birther conspiracy. And 72% of Republicans believed it. Let that sink in. During the 2016 campaign, 72% of registered Republicans believed that Barack Obama was born in Kenya, and therefore that his presidency was illegal and illegitimate. And things have only gotten worse. Trump is President of the United States. He has tweeted QAnon articles suggesting that Obama and Biden had members of SEAL Team 6 murdered to conceal the fact that they never actually killed Osama bin Laden. The President of the United States tweeted that. Now, if you don't think that's a catastrophe for our country and for the world to have promoted such a person to the highest position of power, I'm afraid that's on you. Caring about this sort of thing isn't Trump derangement syndrome. If you don't care about a U.S. president who lies as freely as he breathes, who makes a laughingstock out of our country with nearly every utterance, that's on you. These things actually matter, whether they matter to you or not. So, who do we hold accountable for what has happened here, and for what has almost happened, and for what may yet happen? I do think we need to give something like 70 million people a mulligan here, and then make a serious effort to solve the social problems that cause so many of them to support Trump. No doubt this is a conversation that will absorb many future episodes of this podcast. But we run a serious risk of moral hazard if there are no consequences for the people who decided to torch our democracy on the chance that they might personally gain from it. Imagine that a man attempts to rob a bank, but it doesn't work out. Let's say that after he's pulled out his gun and started screaming for everyone to get down on the floor, and perhaps after he's pistol whipped the guard, something goes wrong, and it becomes clear that he won't be able to rob the bank after all. What's the point of no return, reputationally? What's the last moment where you get to say, sorry, this isn't really a bank robbery. I'm not actually a bank robber. Everyone can get up off the floor now. We're just going to have to agree to disagree about what happened here. I do think a line has been crossed here. Again, not necessarily with respect to our laws, but with respect to norms that are even more important than many of our laws. Is it illegal for a sitting president to not commit to a peaceful transfer of power? Is it illegal for him to pretend to think that there was massive election fraud and to claim to have won an election that he really lost? Is it illegal for him to spread socially toxic lies every hour? Tremendous harm to our society. And he seems committed to doing further harm. So at a minimum, I believe the right way to treat Trump and his crime family after January 20th is the way we treated O.J. Simpson after he was acquitted of a double murder that everyone knew he had actually committed. We should just let them fall into oblivion. Of course, I'm under no illusions that will actually happen. But it should happen. We should all do our best to withdraw our attention from this man who has gotten more attention in the last 4 years than any person in human history. And for those of you who still think that not acknowledging how bad Trump is the only way to resist the craziness coming from the left, all I can say is that it seems quite clear that you're wrong. I mean, Trump was never an answer to the problem of the far left. In fact, the left has drawn a massive amount of energy and seeming credibility from him. It's true that the problem of illiberalism on the left has been growing for a long time, but it has gotten as bad as it has under Trump. And Trump has been bringing gasoline to that fire. Again, because it has always served his personal interests to do so. What we need is real moderation and pragmatism and professionalism in our politics now. And while I was never very enthusiastic about Biden and Harris, there is a big difference between both of them and AOC. And again, if you want a real parallel for the dangerous insanity that's being encouraged by Trump, you have to go further left than AOC. Trump is President QAnon right now. The most destructive thing about the Trump presidency has been the orgy of lying and misinformation that has subsumed everything in our public conversation. The utter devaluation of truth has been the worst part, because it affects everything else. Anyway, the next 2 months should be very interesting. I certainly expect there will be a transition to a Biden presidency. But who knows, really? It still feels like something bad can happen here. But even after a smooth transition, there will still be a lot of hard work to do to steer our culture toward basic sanity on real issues. The pandemic, the economic effects of lockdown, wealth inequality more generally, social cohesion, collisions with foreign adversaries like China and Russia, cybersecurity, climate change. The list of challenges is quite long and daunting, and it seems clear that only a fact-based discussion will help us meet them. And with that, I will leave you. As always, thanks for listening.
Kevin Hart here. With Freedom Unlimited, you can earn on your favorite categories, like 3% cash back on dining, including takeout. Earning. Learn more at chasefreedom.com.
Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions, limitations apply. Offer subject to change. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2020 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
'Tis the season for little moments of merry, so go ahead and treat yourself to a toasty and hearty bacon, Gouda, and egg breakfast sandwich.
Dance, horsey. Dance, horsey, dance.
With tons of delicious nachos loaded with your favorite toppings, Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack always brings the fun. Game day is now.
Game day with nachos.
Or watching reality shows with your roommates could be.
Reality shows with roommates with nachos.
Getting Taco Bell delivered has never been easier. Go to tacobell.com/delivery and grab
Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack.
and participate in U.S. locations for a limited time only. See tacobell.com/delivery for delivery availability and terms and conditions.
Hey, we're the Piano Guys, and we're so excited to announce that we have a brand new album out. It's called 10, and we think you're going to love it. Tap the screen to listen to the entire album right now on Pandora Premium.
You work hard. Switching to Metro isn't. This holiday, there's 0 fees to switch. Right now, get high-speed data for just $25 a line for 4 lines. That's Metro's lowest price, period. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones when you switch. Metro by T-Mobile, empowering you to rule your holiday. Plus device sales tax with eligible port in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line while supplies last. If new line deactivates, all lines lose 4-line promo rate. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer. See metrobytmobile.com.
Keep your car or truck on the road with big savings on automotive products from Menards. Get trailers down the road safely with Tow Smart products. Save now on a great selection of Tow Smart ball mounts, lights, and towing accessories. For cars, trucks, ATVs, and more, you'll save big money on our entire selection of Tow Smart ball mounts and accessories now at Menards. Prices are good through December 13th. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
All the season's greetings to you all from Menards.
to Applebee's 2 for $20, where you choose 2 entrees and 1 full-size appetizer for just $20. Behind door number 1, savory Southwest steak bowl. Door number 2, classic bacon cheeseburger. And door number 3, zesty Fiesta lime chicken. Add boneless wings and everyone's a winner, all for just $20.
Available dine-in, delivery, or to-go. Limited time. Price and participation may vary. Dining rooms open in select locations.
Amazon Prime members now get free grocery delivery with a minimum order. You'll get your groceries with 2-hour delivery. So in that time, you can finally figure out where the biblioteca is, learn how to play the acoustic guitar, and I guess get a puka shell necklace. Do a makeup tutorial, but realize halfway contouring is hard, and you're beautiful just as you are. Whatever it is you're doing with your time, your shopper will be carefully picking out your favorite organic meats, produce, dairy, and snacks while providing contactless delivery to your door. Free 2-hour grocery delivery, now with Prime.
Checkmark.